Right, guys. Welcome. Let me grab some water. Water. Okay. All right. Good afternoon. It's already afternoon. Okay. Welcome. I will get into the Virgo energy. I believe that was up next on the list, right? We did Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Actually, I think we would do Cancer next. I don't know if for some reason I really felt Virgo. Anywhoosy, good afternoon. I'm going to do a repeat of the weekly energy, okay? Because that was more of, let me go to my YouTube real quick. That was what we experienced with that. Not that it was awful, and the way they had me read it, oh yeah, it was a trigger one, protect yourself, healing, that type of stuff, right? Max came in, that type of stuff, yada yada. Hi. In regards to that, the reason why it's so important to, well, A, protect your energy, right? But for me to feel the need to redo it, that other energy, guys, still stands. I can't just up and take that energy away, obviously, right? It doesn't work that way. But that definitely feels more of a matrix type vibe. I want to get the vibe on like a more of a spiritual sense for us spirituals. With these planets going retro, and this is in the midst of this is when I was explaining to you guys, I was like, shit, with the triggers, like, this is why I want to quit YouTube, or this is why I did quit YouTube, this is why yada yada. With all these energies being where they're at right now, with all these planets retro and whatnot, it's a lot of energy. And with spirit keep coming in with like the messages with like hidden agendas and third party karma and third party drama, because that's really the energy for the collective of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people who find themselves in these situations every day. It seems to be one of the biggest issues right now, and it's not just one person's story, guys. This has effect on all of humanity. These are common things that people run into. They stay in certain situations for these reasons or those reasons, and they try to justify those reasons. Me as a reader, when I was trying to explain to you guys, like, I've had enough of this bullshit. Like, this is why I left my job, why I took a break from YouTube about 2 years ago. That is why, along with that energy and the pain that it causes and the pain that we go through and certain stuff and people taking advantage of certain scenarios and being disappointing and that type of stuff. Well, I will tell you now, with these retros, these planets coming into October, starting now, um, even me as a reader takes away from the energy, the reading, the healing, the advice, certain stuff when energy comes in there, comes into play like that. And it's not me being bitter or it's not me having a story on the board. It's learning how to control that energy. And that energy is kind of out of my hands when the majority of humanity is working with the matrix. Okay. It's repetitive, it's exhausting. I was even listening to Nat the other day trying to catch up, and she was just like, she was even getting exhausted with something I heard her say. It's the only other reader I do listen to when I do listen. She's like, enough with these fucking energies, and it's like, well, we're going and we're gonna have all these planets in retro, guys. So it's just it seems to be the number one thing currently in play with a lot of things. For me, I know I work with karma, but I know I also heal karma. So I don't want to continue to read karma. This Mercury has been extremely beneficial for me as I'm going to go in another direction um, when it comes to you guys and YouTube in general, right? I am going to open a new channel. I will let you know, and it's going to be based on healing because this is exhausting. This energy has at one point in my life has mentally broke me, and I don't ever want to consider me being broken because I always pick myself up and dust myself off and start again. And it's taught me a lot, and I am who I am because of that. But it's not really beneficial to humanity right now, just cards in general and certain stuff. You'll see why when I start the other channel. Okay. Um, and again, it's solely it's healing. It's healing. Okay. It's that vibe. It's none of this shit anymore. I'm me as a reader. I'm gonna be dead fucking serious with you. I can't take it anymore. Like it makes me want to push away again because I think about like all the stuff you go through and we go through. We shouldn't have to experience that shit again. And with this global ascension, people are gonna make it or fucking break it, and it's not my fucking job. And the ones that do make it, and the ones that do want to put effort into, their own self awareness and benefits for them, then join the fucking train. But if not, get the fuck off it. Like, because even me now, spirit's making it so. You know how when I told you in my dream, this is the way they wanted me to do it, and then how fucking clear was that when that shit all came out on the fucking board? Like it brought us back to painful fucking memories, and we've grown from those. So I'm not bitter. I don't have resentment. It's not like that. But I'll be damned to do the same fucking thing, and the way that tarot readers aren't even aware that we're using this particular tool in the wrong way anyway, right? So I fucking had it, and spirit made sure I fucking had it. That I've had enough with it. And it's not because of current situations or past situations per se like that. I've outgrown this matrix fucking bullshit where people just don't want to fucking wake the fuck up and better themselves. I don't have tolerance for it. And I know people are like, oh, well, healers and this and that, they're supposed to be like that and they don't pass judgment. Fuck that shit. If you're dealing with somebody who's not putting the effort in and not giving you this and that, you better fucking judge that situation. If you don't, fucking shame on you, right? Someone wants to call you judgmental, who cares? Fuck off. That's where I'm at, right? That doesn't mean I'm not a master fucking healer when it comes to shit. Okay, it just means I can't give you that ability of mine in the midst of the fucking bullshit. So I have to switch the channel completely. Will I still do tarot? Will I still, yes. Will I still shoot the shit with all you guys? Yes, this and that. Once I upload my first video, um, I will let you know the name of that channel. There is no question. Because I that's not a channel where I'm probably gonna go live and do things like that. I'm not positive. To me, it's more of the like Tyrian Reiki, the Reiki. I don't know why I say that, but Reiki. It's the Buddhic practitioner energy. I've been saying for years I wanted to teach you guys energy. So on this channel, what I want to do to basically start is to teach the energy at the same time as I'm healing the energy. Okay, so there's going to be a little twist on things because people like energy. Like it's just eh, they don't even know what it means. So you're going to this channel and this channel and you're being healed and you're doing this and you're feeling tingles and this and that and there's activations, but you don't even know in all reality what's being fucking activated, to keep it real. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the basics, just like I did when we healed ourselves through these karmic situations that people have to push through in order to ascend. So it makes sense that all this is going to come back. It makes sense that I would take the gifts that I've learned along this experience and turn them into something else. Okay. Um, I'm in the midst of getting certified for a certain Buddhic um, practices so I can be an official practitioner when it comes to this stuff as like a certified situation. And this is stuff that I've been working on slowly behind the scenes. But like I said, with this Mercury coming in, this has been so beneficial for me because it think about it. For years ago, I told you guys about, really needing to do like classes with you guys and teaching you guys what energy really is and this and that. So now I'm basically taking everything that I've learned on top of the salt magic and the sigil work and the healing and the Buddhic practices, and I'm going to combine it in healing videos. To heal remotely is just a thing, and for me to have that gift and to not utilize it and for it to be taken away by this bullshit on the board is a waste of all of our energies. Okay. If this is a fresh experience for you, welcome to my channel, and you'll still be able to relate. I will guide you to my other channel. But if people are on my channel just for shits and giggles and to manipulate certain stuff, in my eyes, it's just fucking cruel and shame on you. And you can go down whatever path you choose to continue on, because when you've experienced what we've experienced multiple times, and me as a reader going through this, it does, when stuff like that comes up, and spirit showed me that so clear, and they wanted us to see that that was the same exact energy once again that we took ourselves out of years ago, and it was painful. And I mean, how many nights did we lose sleep or cry over energy that just didn't give a shit? And some of it were blessings in disguise, and a majority of them were lessons. But I can't start fresh on this channel with the little fuckers that want to come in and manipulate energy. They can fuck off, and I really don't give a shit where they fucking go in the ethers. I don't anymore. And I know that sounds like uncompassionate and this and that, but I don't even get to show you the true compassion in certain sides of my abilities when this shit comes into play. So the reason I think spirit showed me that in my dream, and then for me, or whatever it was, and then for me to come on and do it and see it so clearly, it brought back pain, it brought back anger, it brought back, you fucking name it, it brought it back. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna put you guys through that shit no more. I am not fucking dragging anybody through that fucking mud anymore. No fucking way. Like, I'm at the point where even certain Natalie's videos, I can't even watch. I can't be bothered because I need to focus on what I do next for us. Because this is just like, it is too much. And because I heal karma, the karma is constantly coming in. But it took me a while to figure out how to actually heal the karma. It is, So I am that's so those videos, that's what I would consider timeless videos. Ones that you can constantly go to for healing and self-empowerment and activations and codes and you name it. And just feel good energy. And I can't do it again on this channel. I have to recreate what I was taught and take my new teachings and put them and put that energy out into the new channel. Okay. Will I still shoot the shit and come on this channel and do this type of stuff with you guys and cards? Yeah, I mean, cards got me here, guys, but they will be read differently. And it may very well help me see what type of energies that I need to work on moving forward that I can utilize towards the other channel. These lessons were meant to be learned, absolutely, and we learned them, and a lot of people have not, and they just manipulate and take advantage, and it's all about them being fed, and enough's enough at this point. It's cruel, and we don't need to be part of it anymore. I have to take us out of it. So now I have to use the gifts that I have learned and have taught, and the ones that have just been given by ancestral right and just, gifts from spirit, and take that elsewhere. Because reading that the other day brought up, I mean, it like even triggered me, like, but in days later, like not angry, but like angry. There's not two different angries, but there is for me, because it's not personally what I'm experiencing right now and being hurt and this and that. I'm taking everything I've experienced in this spiritual journey that whenever I started 5 years ago, right? So it brought back every single feeling and emotion and trigger in the last 5 years for me. That's what this retro has been doing for me, but to benefit me, not certainly not to fucking hold me back. So I'm thinking for a majority of you guys, you're going to be put in the same situation, because you're going to have a lot of these fuckers want to come back around the fucking corner that haven't learned fucking jack shit, and some of them still have to, will still want to come in and make things right. And even then, that's going to take time. And there's still woundings that we feel from past experience that we possibly could have dismissed. Or it's just time for us to recognize them and be like, you know what, somewhere subconsciously, we've learned and we've moved forward and we've forgiven, but subconsciously there is something there that's fucking stored, because this wouldn't have come in. Now, this doesn't mean you have shadow work. It doesn't mean you have to do a dark night of the soul. This is not what that is. This is just, it is us. It is our time to recognize what we've experienced since we've started this journey, whether it was a year ago for you guys, 5 years ago like it was for me, or 8 years ago for you. This is what's coming in for us. So it's more like awareness. This awareness, I don't think it's not even attached to like hurt or like an epiphany. It's not like that. This is like, okay, this is how we're going to grow. Because we're going to take all our experiences, and if you're meant to sit with it and hurt more, maybe you're going to take that hurt and you're going to transmute the fuck out of it, and you're going to become your own fucking muse and powerful for other beings. I'm not sure how it's all going to roll for everybody. But this was for me, and we're solely connected. So I know for a majority of you, you're going to feel it the same way, right? So for me, it was like, listen, like, subconsciously there's something there, and it is, even though I forgave and I moved on and I've grown and I've learned and I've evolved and expanded and all this stuff that I was supposed to do along the way. So that's correct, but it's like, it's almost at the same time having you feel all of that, but what are you going to do with that feeling? Because now's the time for that shit to be fucking transmuted. Right? and it's pulling me to some read the other day. Wasn't there something about like awareness? It pulled me to that, but I don't know if that's what it was talking about. So I can't be held back in my journey anymore moving forward in regards to my healing capabilities. I have to take sole advantage of that right now and put that into play. Um, so again, this channel's not really going anywhere, but now that I've been like laid out and everything happens for a reason, um, the next few days I might be like held up a little bit with research and working on things and just, that type of stuff because I was given this time to figure this out. And I'm pretty much I have it, but there's more to it. Um, and also this time with you. So I kind of feel bad for taking this away from you, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not taking action. I'm actually not taking from you. I'm actually about to give a lot more to you guys energetically the right way. I just need a little time away from this, and not a lot of time, guys. I'm not talking. I'm going to be MIA, but a little less scarce in the next week or so. But that's a good thing because along, this 5-year journey for me is now putting me on the next part of my journey. And, I have a strong feeling this is like this is it. Now everything that I can incorporate, I'm going to now incorporate into this. And that channel will eventually shift as well, but it will always be more of a Reiki type, light Tyrian light work, activation codes, multidimensional energy, celestial being energy, like that type of stuff. But in the beginning, I'm going to teach what the energy is, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm healing because it's so important. People are like, oh yeah, I'm going to go find, high vibrational music for the root chakra, and it's so much more than just the root chakra. If you really understand what's connected to the root chakra, your perception can change, and you're not even going to look at grounding really linked to a chakra, if that makes sense. Because yes, these chakras exist, but like it's everything you see for healing is base chakra, heart chakra, this that like that's how the energy is pulled in. But what about all the other chakras surrounding that chakra, and what about all the meridians that are supporting your aura, that the energy intake? Okay, because honestly, like the chakras are like the least of, I don't really know how to explain it, but like everybody goes right to the chakras or healing or doing that. Like it's just that's, if you don't even know why this is happening and why this energy needs to be healed, because it's the energy, the chakra doesn't need to be healed, guys. It's the intake of the energy that has discombobulated the chakra. And there's really no such thing as negative energy. Negative energy is not given. Negative energy is more of like, there's no negative energy out there, like, guys, like that. Is like consciously and subconsciously is where our brain and our gut and certain things tell us, which turns it into negative energy. Okay, so the main energy source is how we even survive on this planet. So I need you to be mentally aware, consciously and subconsciously aware of what I'm tapping into and healing for you guys, and not just like, okay, we're going to work on the base chakra. I mean, that's great, but we need an advanced upscale type situation for people to look at things differently, because somebody who's not spiritual will be like, yeah, all right, go work on your chakras, and it's like that. perspection of somebody is it's so it's just blah, and I'm over it. So I'm gonna break down the basic the basic energy the best I can, and why, because my first video for me, for you guys, and for humanity and everyone else out there, um it's going to be on grounding, and most people would instantly like your root chakra, your base chakra, but why a grounding healing is necessary, it really has nothing to do with your base chakra. You guys need to be consciously aware of why this energy was even like you even manipulated your own energy. So I'm just going to start getting you guys back to the basics, like I would how I taught us ascending out of our first spiritual journey with catalytic energy, right? So now I'm just going to, take it up a notch in a different sense and start from the basics of where people really need to start from to understand in order to heal. I've always known I was a healer. I've always known I've worked with karma. I always know I can heal karma. But for me, the healing for me is not even like, all right, let me work on your karma. Like this, let's work on the energy. Let's work on the conscious part of situations and the subconscious, so we can first be aware of that type of stuff, because self love and being authentic is key to survive in humanity and to change the way your perspective changes on its own free will, because of you finding the basis of self-love. Okay. And energy is the number one cause of destruction, love, so many different things, you name it. It all stems from energy, guys. Okay. So I'll get into that and let you guys know, so you can join, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Get it out there. I'm just glad I finally realized, okay, it's time to heal in a different way. And at first I was like, all right, I'll heal the cards. But that's going to come with a lot more complication, because if I try to heal the cards in the midst of this type of energy, I'm not going to be able to do it properly, because no matter what, the energy that I read the other day of the trigger warning is going to come in and affect my energy. So I'm not going to be able to give you 100% of my healing capability and energy and remotely put it out there for you if there's even a little inkling of the bullshit that is no longer needed in our lives. Okay. So even if I don't even realize it's affecting, it's still going to take away from you. So it doesn't really make sense for me to heal through the cards. Like I originally said, you know what, I'll heal through the cards. I'll do the galactic, I'll work with the galactic energies and all that. And then I'm like, you know what? It's just, that's not really going to 100% benefit us. And I have to be realistic about that, and take you guys into consideration, and take me into consideration doing what I'm going to be doing. It can't be linked to our pain that we've experienced. Are you kidding me? Our own personal journey. Like my healing work can't be linked to that. It has to be linked to being like, okay, I have this ability, and I know that channel will shift as time goes on and I'll go in the right direction. But for right now, for our souls and all the other souls that are going to come in and ascend and jump on different waves, that's the energy that's needed to that's needed to be projected right now. So, um, I don't know if you guys are gonna start feeling that maybe in the next, if you haven't already, you might. I mean, I'm thinking because every planet is going to be retro, a majority of us spirituals are hands down absolutely going to have the same experience that I just did. It's all the wounds that we've forgiven, grown from, learned from, but subconsciously there is something, and it doesn't hold us back. But and we know to move forward because we would rather love than hate and block things like that, right? But there's something there, either linked to our past life karmically, because we've dissolved cords, we've cut cords, right? But there's still subconsciously something there that's just going to linger because of the fucking energy of the matrix that wants to keep coming into the fucking board, right? So there's only one way out of that. And it's definitely not to keep engaging in this. Okay. Again, my mystical moments will stay, and we will definitely, shoot the shit and, have coffee and talk and throw cards, and absolutely. But the healing videos will definitely be on a whole nother spectrum, coming from multidimensional energies, and also the Himalayan sources, where I'm tapping into the healing energy that's being provided for you guys. Okay, so that's is going to be separate from this channel. I can't incorporate it how I originally thought I was going to incorporate it, which is totally fine. It's not like I'm keeping you from the other channel, right? So this is only going to benefit us. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. So gotta start taking the gifts that I have and utilizing them in a different way. I could heal the cards. I could do that. But it's just at this point, it's just I need to disassociate from everything that we've kind of have been through. And again, guys, it's not because of painful events or trauma or things we're holding on to. It's really not. It's just it doesn't serve us purpose anymore, really. Like us talking, soul family connecting, the new ones coming on, it's great. You just go to the other channel as well, right? And I'm still gonna be court, so it's just what's important. So I guess we can just leave it at that for right now. I have to be always learning. A light worker on top of a lot of other things, right? Constantly. And if I know I have these gifts I'm capable of, it's time for me to start utilize them, and not just to kind of like tell the same story and empower you guys to get out of the situation. Like I said the other day, we already know to get the fuck out of that situation. Right? So I really strongly feel like, especially starting now, if it hasn't already kicked in, everything that you will experience since you started this spiritual journey will come to surface, and it's not for you to wonder why. Okay, it's not for you to sit and cry and I got hurt again. It's not to sit and be like, all right, I got to do shadow work. That's not what it is, guys. We've reached the end of this journey and we've already ascended. So therefore, we can't continuously stay in this. Tarot is temporary. Tarot is supposed to be temporary. I've been saying it for a long time too, and I just saw 3, 3, 3, 3, and now it's 34, 34. It's a temporary thing. It's not supposed to be an everyday fix. It's not. It's just it's not. It's kind of corrupted, and I've been saying that. So I guess with me really feeling the need to change the industry, we'll start with maybe the way I step into the other channel. I'm not really sure. Um, and for everybody, it's going to be different. Some of it could be healing, some of it could be codes, some of it could be activations. It really just depends on maybe your guides and what they're willing to give you. I don't know how that's quite going to work yet because I know it's definitely they're healing videos. That it's healing, okay? Um, but I'm healing the main source, which is the energy. Because you can align your chakras all you want, but it does not mean you have kosher energy. It is so important to recognize how destructive other people's energy or the energy you allow in can change your life. It can turn you into a fucking psychopath. It can cause bipolar. It could, there's so many different things that, is this our source is energy, guys. It's proven you can't argue with energy. Okay. So we're gonna we're gonna start with the the um the basic training when it comes to energy. And I think during like those discussions and topics within the video of what I'm healing, okay, is what I'm going to bring up regarding energy. And then once I have and then after that, I'll work on the healing part of the video. But during the talk of energy, there's going to be downloads, transmissions. There's going to be code activations. There's going to be a lot of different things with me even just explaining before the healing. Okay, so it's there's multiple things that are going to be tapped into. Get what I'm saying? So multiple things that and this is stuff like it doesn't matter how spiritual you are or how stuck in the matrix you are. These are back to the fucking basics, the core fundamentals that are even needed for self-empowerment. And it all starts with energy. This is not stuff I was fully aware of. I was like, let's go heal that chakra. I knew the basis of what they were talking about, but listening to all these binary beats and certain stuff, and those are frequencies, the vibrations, right? Those affect the meridians. Some are too strong and some are too low. Some can fuck you up for days. If I listen to anything over 720 for a certain amount of time, I'm fucked up for days. So people need to start treating their energy. They need to start being a lot more fucking cautious when it comes to energy. So I'm going to go back to the basics, like I said, and in the midst of explaining back to the basics, activations, healings, codes, all that's going to be occurring in how it's supposed to occur for you, whatever clicks, right? So we're just no longer needed in the matrix. You're going to have to learn to survive in the matrix, and energy is definitely going to help you. I mean, we're needed in the matrix, but what was us reading the cards is, and I hate to be so blunt, it's really no longer needed. It does not benefit us. Maybe my chit chats and the empowering moments that we have, that's what benefits us. The energies, the shit energies that come out you know, is because of the population of humanity is following. So I will be like when I go to cards, like this is for my spirituals. I noticed when I said that the other day when I started working on the October reads, some of the matrix was coming in, but to the point where I could feel them taking a spiritual route, which is great. The more the merrier. But it's it's almost like how they how they just said it to me is so wild. Um, feng shui, however you want to say it. Um, that was cute how they said that. It's like that, right? We don't need anything interrupting. Hi, Carrie. Your name sounds super familiar. You've been in and out for years. Um, so that's what's empowering is the chit chats and the advice and in the knowledge, right? There's nothing about reading a karmic situation and let's just hope it's temporary and it's just yeah, no. Okay. So if the matrix wants to squeeze in a little bit because they're going to take the next wave or they want to better themselves, then that's great and I'll work with that for a little while, right? Thanks, Gary. So, so like I said, my energy this week might be a little scarce on this channel per se, and I know I just started the October reads, but I need to be careful with my own energy, knowing, with no according to the energy outside too and astrologically, um, I want to be very aware, very conscious of that this week because I'm just starting to feel like myself again, and I still have stuff going on. This antibiotic has been amazing. I feel like since yesterday is the first time I've felt like I was back to myself, but there's now still things happening. So the antibiotic temporarily made me feel better and has masked a situation, but whatever's really going on is still be determined. Is more than a kidney infection at this point. But right now, just trying to stay in high spirits and just listen to my body, right? So there's all that too. Um, but hey, I just feel good for it to be like 2 weeks post surgery, and I feel like myself again. So, I mean, I can't explain it. Like, there's being drowsy and drugged up, but I took myself off the opioids, a week in, if not, 3 days after, 4 days after, and then one here and there. So it wasn't that. Um, and then the antibiotic, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm back to myself, and I don't feel like myself was taken, but it's almost like myself was given back to me. Like spirit gave it back to me. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I knew each day I was getting better. I felt like myself, like I was with you guys. I had the ups and downs. But when I say like all of a sudden I feel like myself, like I didn't even know where myself went. I thought it was always with me. So I don't even know how to fucking explain it. So I do feel like it was one of those things where it was like, okay, now we're going to place you back to who you are in the midst of all your own healing. Right. So I don't know what that's all about. Um, maybe this is that pick me up I needed to start the other direction, even knew I was going to go in that direction. I don't know. I can't explain it, guys. It doesn't feel like I was taken, but it does feel like I was given back. No, I don't know what that means. Right. I don't know how to explain it. It's not just, oh my God, yeah, I feel better. I'm back to myself. Like, I just woke up yesterday and I was myself. Like, I really don't even know how to explain it. It really is bizarre. So it's like my who I was masked without even realizing it was being masked. Why I heal, guys, I don't really even know how to explain it. It's very I can't explain it. I don't think it's a normal experience. And it's not like a crazy out of body experience. I'm not like going there. I don't think it's a normal scenario. Unless after surgery one day you literally just wake up and like, oh my God, thank God I feel like myself. But I feel like that's like so cliche, like everybody says that as if like they're feeling better and more, you know what I mean? But like that's not what it is for me. It was like, okay, it's almost like I was giving me back. I know it fucking makes like zero sense. Spirit's like, okay, now maybe you can handle this or that's energy or this, like I really I don't know, you know. So on that note, let's, like I said, we're gonna redo the energy and this is more for like again, my spiritualist and people can be like, that's what people don't understand about readers. Here's the energy, but you're going to get a majority of the energy that needs to be worked on karmically, in the matrix, this and that. I don't want that shit no more. We don't need that shit. We don't need the chaos. It's hard enough to learn how to balance, to live in the matrix among humanity, right? So we don't need that. We have to take ourselves out of that. So I am being extremely picky with how I call upon this energy because this is to benefit us and the ones willing to do the work to ascend. We've learned so many lessons when it comes to healing and energy and so many things, guys. Like, so I have to explain it in a different way. And I know that may sound shitty, but then, call it as you is. Maybe I'm just not the channel for you, right? Because I'm done holding anyone back with this, when it comes to us and one again, we're not better than the others because we chose to ascend or we did ascend because of the work we done, but there's still a lot of energy out there that's like borderline ascension or has, laughs at it or doesn't even really know what it means. But it's fucking global. So everybody's gonna get a gist of that. They're gonna know exactly what that means eventually with all these planets being in retro. Okay. That hasn't happened in umpteen fucking years. So the Matrix can have fun with that shit. So that's why I feel like it's so important for us to focus our energy elsewhere. And for me to help humanity, that's going to come with healing. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to need that type of healing when they don't know what the fuck is, why their life is crashing down, So, and I know that channel is going to turn into so much more than what I even have intended. But I think it's pretty smart to start with the basics and then, work off energy or whatever I'm guided to work on. So, for us spirituals, what will we be experiencing this week, the week of the 26th? What will we be experiencing? Self-love. That could come with the form of all these 6 planets, okay, being retro right now, and how I experienced how like the last 5 years and the anger and the frustration, but again, I can't stress the growth and lessons learned. It's not anger like that, or resentment or bitterness or holding on. It's exactly what spirit wants you to realize, because you're in a different part of your journey. Our old journey, that was our old journey, and that part of our journey is gone. Okay. And it's important for me to tell you guys that so you can recognize that. You're turning into a new, you're working with new energy. So this probably why is going to be a little bit of the calm, the storm, the calm, the storm. But with you realizing where you're probably at with how I just experienced what they wanted me to purposely experience for you guys live on fucking YouTube, right? It wasn't for shits and giggles. It's because this is what my spirituals are going to be up against, and it's not a bad thing, because now that you're aware, it's going to be smoother sailing for us to push through that energy, because we know we're not holding on to pain like that. Well, we could be, but not in the sense where we haven't learned and evolved and ascended, right? It's not pain that is actually physically holding us back. And I know that might sound strange to some people, but some people absolutely understand what I mean by that. Because if it held us back, clearly we wouldn't have ascended. So it's meant to recognize, accept, and work with a new form of energy. And again, that's for everybody, because it's 3D is turning into 4D. And we've been in 4D. We're more 5D, 6D. We've been in 4D for over a year, if not longer. You know, we were already there before the ascension was coming in, because they needed a majority of us there. So just a big breath of like even fresh air, sleep near a window, fresh air, put on an extra blanket. I'm just getting fresh air. Okay. And it's pulling me like to the grounding, how I want to do like the kind of like the first video in a way, because grounding is linked to earth, but it's also linked to air. Everyone just thinks earth, oh, I'll put my the ground, or I'll take a walk, or it's earth and air. See what I'm saying? So I think that's what that has something to do with. Stay grounded. We're going to stay grounded. We're already grounded. We're regrounding ourselves as we speak, just by having this conversation, so we understand where we're at, so the other energies are not disrupting us. You know what I will say? I feel bad for anybody that wants to comment and give you an attitude or a hard time. I'll tell you that. It's either going to be zero energy or zero fucks given. You know, yeah, see, self-love, acceptance. This is what we're experiencing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I've been talking about, kind of like extra confirmation, right? Yep, there's everything I'm talking about. Purification. This is exactly where we're at, guys. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I will clarify, I'm not going to do reversals. I'm going to let you know there's something about the energy being amplified here. So I guess we're going to look at what type of amplification. Is that a word? Sounds like a word. So we have self-love, acceptance, balance, purification. Absolutely beautiful. So, any insight on this self-love, please? Because this stuff you're already kind of working on, so I'm not sure what type of messages they're going to throw our way quite yet. We're about to find out. Ace of Cups, which is self-love. We might just get triple confirmation here, guys. Five of Pumpkins reversed, right? That's behind us. Now that we kind of know what's happening to our energy. So it's up to you on how you proceed, right? Acceptance, Two of Cups. Partnership, or what you recently went through, or could even be your catalyst energy with the Five of Wands. You keep having fives, which is the change you've created, right? It's not effort on their end. We wouldn't be here reading this. But we all need to experience what we needed to experience, right? I think our last scenario was just not supposed to go that way. But, you know, when somebody else doesn't put the effort in, that's the way the fucking apple falls from the tree there, right? So there is going to be some type of acceptance regarding you and somebody else, a partnership. It could be you. It could be each form of your masculine and your feminine. Some of you, it will be you're just accepting how shit went down. Tell me about the Two of Ghosts. It could be something you're karmically cutting without you being aware. It could be linked to your past life karma, because this is self-love all damn day. And this could be because of your self-love. This could be a new opportunity of a new soulmate that's about to come into your life because you're now aware and accepting certain things, which makes it a little easier, right? So the shadow that came out in one of the reads, one more for this Two of Cups. So accepting, I don't think you really have to accept this shadow side of stuff, but it's like rites of passage too. So again, it's like something being given to you, a gift. An energy is a gift. Your breath is a gift. If it wasn't for the energies, you know, feeding the trees and the sun, we wouldn't be breathing on this planet, guys. It's what gives us our oxygen. So when I stress energy is everything, energy is fucking everything. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more. And your heart is also healing from this situation. Tell me about balance. That doesn't feel past life, so I'm going to peek into that. Now you have the masculine energy. You don't have a feminine energy out here yet with the Page of Bats, King of Bats, which is the King of Swords. So you could be fine. Yeah, see, I don't think it's the masculine, feminine energy quite yet. This could be an energy coming in towards you that brings balance. Yeah, see, and you got the Lovers. You're going to have a soulmate come into your life. Could be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or it could have been somebody. This is more than a hiccup. But the Lovers, guys, in different decks too, is all about the masculine and feminine energy that I was just explaining. And before you get into another relationship, you want to have that balanced. You want to be where we're at today to reciprocate in a healthy way. And I would hope you would have somebody come in, you know, as long as you're on the same frequency, you can work through a lot of stuff. But again, I don't know. If this is you finding, let me just ask Spirit. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have a new soulmate come in, or somebody you know that's going to want to try to balance, purify a certain situation. You might be able to do that now. I'm not quite sure. with the Two of Wands in order to go in a new direction. Because to me, you got the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck too. To me, this is saying this is definitely somebody coming in, and it's something's heading in a new direction. It's for some of you, it's brand new. Other of you, it's a rekindle. I'm not quite sure. With that shadow being there, though, it could just be something that needs to be worked on. But the rites of passage is a completely different energy. Which therefore is going to take us into another read, because it's got to be important. Actually, how is this lined up? It's not in order. Is it by the stone? Is there a fucking table of contents? The shadow. 43. Hi. 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 You have RSV? Okay. Yep, that sounds about right. Okay. All right, you're on YouTube, so I'm putting you on speaker for a minute.
What?
Just FYI, you're on YouTube, but you're sending it to me, right?
Yeah, it's in my room. I don't know if it's gonna. I'm just gonna come downstairs and show you. Make sure.
Okay, love you, bye. Oh, yeah, I got it. Negative on COVID, negative for the flu. Yeah, negative for that other flu, and positive for RSV. Her younger sisters had it. I still have it. Yeah, I just got it. So that's what you have. So right now it's viral. There's no medication. The only thing is like you just need to rest and heal. And then
I was laying down, and I need something that I can start spitting into because I ran out of tissues. I don't have any tissues upstairs. I literally woke up choking on spit.
Okay, take that box of tissues. It's on my bed. All you can do is kind of try to get better the next couple of days. It's viral. It's like having a cold. The only thing that comes next after that would be like bronchitis, pneumonia, that type of stuff. We'd have to keep an eye on. No, but that's only if you don't get.
Can I take your car and go pick him up at the bus stop?
No, I'm not in the car.
It's down the road.
No. So stay on top of washing your hands, please, because it's contagious.
So should I tell Grandma?
Yeah, that's fine. Just stay on top of washing.
Oh, does she not need to know?
Oh, I can tell in a little while. It's not a big deal. You can tell her. It's just like a cold. It's a virus. It's just like it is what it is. We just have to keep an eye on you and how stuff builds up in your chest. And I have that Mucinex. That'd be good for you to take.
Oh,
yeah, it might knock you out, so you can take that in a little while. I love you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, her little sister had it last week, and the youngest, Danny's child, is actually in the hospital right now with it. So, but she's in good hands. So, more concerning with the younger infants and the elderly, you know. So, hopefully, it doesn't really turn into anything, and She's on the men's. So the shadow. Again, it is that grounding energy. It is linked to the base chakra. Black could be a good color. Black obsidian can help right now. But this black obsidian has a powerful medicine to assist the purging of an old, stale energy from this field, transforming into a fresh, vibrant light from the form of the volcanic lava, which holds within the medicine of the energy of the fire, strength, and the courage. It burns through the darkness, bringing new light and wisdom to all who's crossed its path. So you could be coming in contact with a new spiritual partnership. And like myself, I'm a healer. You could be coming in contact with a healer. It could be, this remote viewing right now. You're coming in contact with me. It's going to heal the shadow. Like I said, it's not something I really think that needs to be worked on for my spiritualist. But if you do have black obsidian, it would be a really good stone to have around right now. Okay. Because it takes away that, negative energy that we've created. Okay. It also brings, unresolved issues. So there can be some healing, and it also dissolves destructive patterns, this type of stuff. Okay. So there's always something that's to be seen with the shadow. So be patient, continue to work on yourself. And it's the awareness and the insight to your situation. So if you're aware and you can accept and you have insight, it's like it's a passage. You're good to go. Right. So you could be coming in contact with somebody and it's meant for you to heal. It could be a lover, it could be a family member, whatever the case may be for you. A friendship, something's going to come in, okay? I don't think it's anything to worry about. I'm certainly not going to get my panties in the bunch thinking about the fucking Matrix, because any motherfucker wants to come my way. They just better fucking come correct. I don't got time for this bullshit. So I would expect the same from you guys. We've done a lot of work to get to where we're at. You don't need nobody coming in. They want to come in vulnerable and apologetic. Great. Anyone can come into my life and shoot the shit and do this, and I'm sorry, but I'll tell you, for me, I'm not one to fucking hold grudges. Fucking man up, apologize, be vulnerable, stop trusting who the fuck I am to you, and let's move the fuck on, right? I'm not gonna hold a fucking grudge. I'm not fucking two. Moving on. Get what I'm saying? So I hope that's where you guys are at too. So don't stress over this energy. It looks like whatever comes in, especially with the lovers and the 2 of cups, that's a divine union. Okay. So, and this wouldn't be another fucking lesson on your end, believe that. I guess it really just depends on where you're at, but I called out my spiritualist, so I don't really think there's anything that you need to be concerned with here. Rites of passage, 65. Purification is right next to that. This and that. All right, it's deep red. Again, it's the base chakra. It's also the sacral chakra. It's the feminine. It's the hematite. It's a very sacred stone, and it holds medicine and energy, guiding you through the process of transformation and healing at a very deep level. A dynamic crystal invites you to sit with the pain, accept it, and stop running from certain fears or tears. And in the offers of the space, the deep healing allows you to find the strength and courage to deal with life's challenges as you draw deep from the wisdom from your own process that you experienced, which is kind of what I was pretty much talking about. Again, I don't feel like this is your shadow side. I feel like it'd be linked to a different energy. I do think black obsidian would be a good stone to have next to you. Okay, but I feel like it's more of a different energy, because I do feel 2 very different energies here. And I feel like this rites of passage is definitely linked to my spirituals, in the sense where I was just talking about, all this acceptance, what you went through with certain situations, what's going on, whether somebody comes in or not. It's just the acceptance. It's us purifying ourselves, because it's time to take on new energy. Okay, it also supports exploring of the shadow self, right? So you could have come in contact where it was a very mutual benefit, even though it certainly didn't feel that way. Okay. So it's just acknowledging it. So this is basically like you signed up to enter one of the most powerful moments in your life, where it's your rites of passage, the deep honoring of your own soul to live in the balance of the harmonious existence. It's sacred. It's the invitation. It's the moments of celebration known as the rites of passage, time to receive energetically all the fruits and gifts of your labor. Tribes throughout history, generations, ancestors understood the importance of these rites of passage, affiliated with ceremonies or rituals of very special times that have been forgotten. So this is the deeper understanding, it's the self-awareness. So this is basically what I said. It's beautiful, but at the same time, you need to let go of the shadow and allow your new awareness where it's about to arrive to take you forward, right? So whether you're experiencing the loss of a loved one, or an ending or a new beginning of a relationship, or entering into a new phase of your life, know that this is sacred, and it's an important time to use your intuition in this soul's journey. So step lightly and stay open, as this transformation is going through a very potent time. So a very beautiful fucking message. Very, very beautiful. On so many levels. Okay. I will be back. Caden's about to walk through the door. Hi, buddy. I'm just wrapping this up. I will be back in a little while, but I really think this is kind of wrapped. Yeah, no, this is a wrap. Hold on. How was your day?
Here.
Good. Good. Good news. All right, yeah, I'll be back. I just got a few things to do, but what a beautiful reading. Right? Like start to finish, everything that we just kind of like talked about and stuff. It's absolutely wonderful. I love these readings. All right, y'all. I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye. All right, buddy.